Hello and welcome to We Want Trophies TV. Back again. Boy, we've got a lot to talk about from yesterday. So today I'm joined by Pastor West. What are you saying?
Well, I'm in the building, man. You know how
Yeah,
it goes already, man. About to get
yeah,
stuck into it, like that.
yeah. Because look, I wasn't even. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't going to do one. Because I was just expecting us to just get hammered yesterday, and it turned out it was not the case. So Man City 2, Spurs 3. Yeah. What did you think of the match yesterday in terms of the performances from quite a lot of our players? A lot of them played quite well.
I think, if I'm honest with you, um, it was easy for everybody to think that we're going to get pummeled. But
Yeah,
to be fair, our results against City haven't been bad over the last couple of seasons. We've kept
yeah,
Guardiola in charge. Yes, we've lost a couple of times
yeah,
at the Etihad, but we've also taken draws. We've won within the last 6 years,
yeah,
So it weren't too bad. My main thing was who was going to play. That was
yeah,
my main thing. And
mm,
the team that he picked, bar probably Sessignon, yeah,
yeah,
I didn't I didn't think it was going to start, but Reggie's got COVID.
yeah,
Was the team I would have picked personally with
yeah,
those that are available. Do you understand? Because
yeah,
I
yeah,
just think that that's a reliable unit. You
yeah,
understand? Like in terms of what you're gonna get. Like I know a lot of people be like, oh, but how can Lucas not start and Kovaleski start? You know, I know Højbjerg hasn't really had the best of seasons, but I'm still gonna start him over Harry Winks, to be quite honest.
yeah, yeah,
Benton core in there. So yeah, man, I was. You know what it is? I was playing devil's advocate, man, and I was
yeah,
trying to do some reverse psychology. So in my group all week, I was like 2-0 Man City first 15 minutes. Yeah,
mm,
just knowing that Tottenham may just pull something out of the bag, and I was optimistic, and I probably
yeah,
didn't voice my opinion as much as I should have. But
yeah,
I just know sometimes when you play reverse psychology, the onuses were on Man City to pummel Tottenham purely because of
yeah,
the last two results. But football
yeah.
don't work like that. That's the
It
thing.
doesn't.
It really don't work like that. And Graham Sooner said it, yeah, yesterday, which I have to agree with him. Not many things I agree with him on, but
Mm,
possession can win you a game, probably
yeah,
90% of the time.
yeah,
But that extra 10 showed you Tottenham didn't have possession. They're 28% possession,
yeah,
scored 3 goals,
yeah,
and won
yeah.
the game.
Yeah, and we had more clinical chances. That's the
We
thing.
had more chances than them. They never
Yeah,
were Lloris at all,
yeah. Not
So,
really. Yeah, I think he made that wealthy save, but apart from
yeah,
that, there wasn't
that, that,
much
that,
that they
that,
did, to be
that
honest.
was it. And if I'm honest with you, everybody, they turn up, man. They turn
Yeah,
up.
no,
There's not done.
yeah, they did. In terms of the starting lineup, I 100% agreed with the starting lineup. When I saw it, I said yes, because one thing against City is that you're not going to get a lot of the ball,
Hmm.
and if you don't get a lot of the ball, when you get the ball, you have to make use of it
Yep.
with what you have.
Hmm.
And the one thing that Kulusevski has over Lucas Moura is that he is more accurate in his passing, his delivery. When Lucas Moura is very hit and miss, you don't know what you're going to get. So I understood the reasons for that. I also understood. I was, you know how I feel about certain players, but I was happy that Dyer was back because as much as I think we can upgrade in that area, I think when Dyer's not there, he's probably the most vocal defender we've got. And as much as Romero is our best defender, he needs a leader next to him. So when Dyer was there, you could see it made a difference. It made a world of a difference because I'm telling you, if it was Sanchez playing yesterday, it would be a different story, bruv. Like, we know it would have been a different story. So, but you know what? I think we'll go into each player like at some point. But yesterday, in terms of when we played City, because normally when we play City, they absolutely like destroy us with possession and chance after chance after chance. But it's probably the most secure we've looked, even though they had more of the ball. Because I think of a game when we drew 2-2 with them at the Etihad, and
Morris scored that
we
header.
Bro, we got that game. Spurs were absolutely destroyed. How we got away with a 2-2 is a miracle.
Mm,
A miracle. We were absolutely destroyed.
correct.
And this was nothing like that because you think about their first goal, Louis should have done better. That should not have happened. Like again, yeah, we'll come to that. Um, but then in terms of outright chances, they didn't have that many. Like the Gundogan shot from outside was outside the box, wasn't it? And
Hmm.
it was a great save from Luis. And then struggling to think of
They didn't have chances.
no, I'm
They
struggling to think
didn't.
of any clear cut chances.
They
Like
didn't.
I,
They didn't
I
have none.
really struggling. No, like when, but then you compare it to us, especially in the second half. Like you look at the chance that Kane missed. If he hit a bit high, well, normally when they teach you to shoot, you just go low in the corner. But if he
Yeah.
went high up, it was a goal. You got that one, the offside one, great finish from Kane. It's just unlucky that
And we
he
scored
missed
three
it.
goals.
And we scored 3 goals, exactly. So it shows you the amount of clear cut chances that we created. And I think it's it's very similar to the Liverpool match that we played because Liverpool we had probably had more clear cut chances than that match actually. Um and that's the
That's
thing
one
is
team
when
I
you
can't take, Can't take
yeah,
Liverpool, but go on.
yeah. So it shows you is what you do with the ball. And I think that we used the ball wisely yesterday and we truly deserved it. We truly deserved it. When it got to 2-2, I was thinking, yeah, when the game like started, we would have taken a 2-2. But with the chances that we've had, the clear cut chances we had, we should really be winning this. So I was so happy when we went 2-2 and you saw our line just pushed up, thinking, okay, cool, let's try and win this game. And lucky enough, like Mr. Kane was on song yesterday. Like he was on song. So yeah, now so like in terms of individual performances, yeah. We'll start off with Harry Kane. What did you think about him yesterday?
Probably the best Harry Kane performance I've seen in a while, to be quite honest. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, I
yeah,
know, like, I've seen it over like a couple forums and whatever.
yeah,
Like, they say that the English media goes overboard with him. They probably do. Yeah, they
mm,
probably do, and I'm not going to disagree with that. But he was playing in a team against a team that A wanted him,
mm,
two was going to have the majority of the ball anyway. What I saw
yeah,
from Harry Kane yesterday, he didn't waste the ball, and I've
no,
seen many occasions, even in semi-finals and in finals, he
mm,
wastes the ball. Like you're dilly
yeah,
dallying on the ball.
yeah,
You're trying to do something that is not really in your ability or DNA. Do you
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
And I didn't really see him waste the ball. Like
no,
he put in a top striker's performance. That's
yeah,
why Tottenham wanted 150 million. You
yeah,
understand? And by margin, by his shortcomings this season, because let's be honest, he
yeah,
has been below par compared to his
yeah,
standards in terms of goals and that. But
yeah,
performances, especially over, I'm gonna say the last maybe 10 weeks, his performances have really been up there.
yeah,
He's been fighting. So I take my hat off to him. Obviously good 3 points, but we could all say we would like that to be in a final or we would like that to
mm,
be in the semi-finals. But I guess you have to start somewhere. And I know it
yeah,
sounds a bit like, like tongue in cheek, but
yeah,
he's 28, yeah?
yeah,
And he's been to finals and experience and stuff like that. And I think now he's got a manager in the same as like, kind of like Jose and kind of like Poch, but I think he's got a manager in Conte that's going to push him at extra level
yeah,
on his body to
yeah,
do what he needs to do. Do you
yeah,
understand? And I think
yeah,
he's just getting a little bit more smart. And I just think, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it was a straight 10 out of 10 performance, like,
yeah,
for a striker, do you know what I mean? But not just him, like, if we went into other individuals, yeah, like, I'll be real with you. I know, like, people, they're onto Young and whatnot, but you know what? I'm going to say one thing.
mm,
Sterling didn't beat him. Foden didn't beat him. Amaras didn't beat him. Yeah?
you're right,
They, they,
you're right,
they didn't. Like, yes, he can
yeah,
get more confidence, like
yeah,
he's a young boy still. He
yeah,
get more confidence because sometimes he looks like he's been brought in and he can't believe he's at that level. Do you understand? But
yeah, yeah,
they didn't beat him. So,
no.
Sterling had to swap sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
do you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I agree. I agree with you. I totally agree with you, Sessio, because I hear a lot of abuse for Sessio, and I just think it's because I get his performances haven't been fantastic, but they're not looking at the bigger picture with him because with him you can clearly see that this is a boy in a man's world, and he hasn't mentally got. I think from the outside he hasn't mentally realized where he is,
Yeah,
and there's a lot more in him. Like the player we saw at Fulham, there is a player there. There is a
definitely.
player there.
But remember
There's
the
a player
levels
there.
though. Remember the levels
Yeah,
though.
I remember the levels, but he was how old was he? Like 16, 17, banging goals in the championship.
But this is what I'm
As,
saying
like
though, Edwin.
there's definitely a player there. With him, he needs to just be more confident. In the big games, he's turned up, if we're being honest. Like he played the two best teams in this country, and they weren't beating him. They weren't beating him. Yesterday, they purposely decided to target more Emerson Royale because they knew that was the weakest side of the team, and that says something that he wasn't the one that they went for. Um,
But Royale
so
actually played good yesterday. That's the magic thing about it. I
yeah,
got,
I know he did. I did. He
I
did.
was,
But
gone,
yeah, to be honest, defensively, he's not that bad. He's not that
gone,
bad.
gone.
Like I'm not. I don't think he's the greatest, but he's not that bad defensively. It's going forward where he's a bit suspect. Um,
Yeah, he's a bit. I think with Royale as well, he's young as well. Yeah,
yeah,
and I think what we do in world football, even in football in general, we
yeah,
compare a lot. So we will
yeah,
compare Trent Alexander,
yeah,
yeah, of his ability and whatnot in the
yeah,
final third, and be like, oh well, everybody's got to kind of be like Trent, or everybody's got to
yeah,
kind of be like Hakimi, or like Benjamin Pavard, or Kieran
yeah,
Trippier, Carl Walker. But I remember Walker at a certain age, he was terrible.
yeah,
Do you understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And and
yeah, yeah,
and football fans do this a lot in
yeah,
comparison. They take a finished article now and they look at someone and say, okay, well, this boy is 22. Why can't he cross the ball at rare? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Can we get better in Royale? Yes. But
yeah,
but if I have to pick over him and Doherty, it's going to be him all day long because, like you said, defensively, he's
yeah,
not bad. In the
yeah,
attacking third, he has to work on that. And I think that's something that he
yeah,
can, if he really wants to, he can,
yeah,
but it's all
yeah,
about his ambitions and whatnot, But yet again, he done well.
yeah.
He done really, really well yesterday, along with Dyer. Dyer was immense,
He
you
was
know.
nothing
Um
was getting past him, to be honest.
Romero, yes, I know Romero gave away the penalty, but you know what?
No,
What I,
that was one of those like you what can you do? Like what can you do in that
but he
situation?
threw his body on the line, and that's what you want
Yeah,
to see, Edwin.
yeah,
Another
yeah,
day that hits him in his face, that hits him in his chest. We're saying
yeah,
that's a good block. I've seen
yeah,
Terry do it. I've seen Rio do it. I've seen Virgil
yeah,
van Dijk. I think sometimes with football we get a little bit carried away, like oh, that was rash of him. He was silly for doing it. But then if he didn't throw his body on the line and he just stood there and it ricocheted off of his foot and then went to a City player and they still scored, you're gonna be like,
yeah,
why didn't you or didn't football's never gonna be perfect. And we've all played football, no matter whether it's like semi pro, pro, grassroots, you will
yeah,
do whatever you need to do. And in Romero, I've said it in your last podcast, I see a boy of 23 coming from a different country,
yeah,
Italian league, he's Argentinian, and I tell
yeah,
you what, yeah, that boy's ceiling is high. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
very high. I don't care what
yeah,
anybody tells me.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I think by the time his playing career is done, he'll be known as one of the best defenders in the world. Like, I think there's so much potential in him. The only thing I do think, and I did hear it before he came to us, which when I think about it, is actually right. He's not a leader. He's not a leader. He's definitely not a leader, but he's an exceptional defender. In terms of his overall attributes, he's got it all. He's got it all.
yeah, yeah,
And
composure,
yeah,
aggression, interception. You know,
yeah,
like
that yeah.
yeah,
Like, I think in terms of like defenders we've had in the past who've probably been similar in terms of composure. You obviously look at Ledley, he was composed, and then you probably look at Vertonghen because Vertonghen. I remember watching Vertonghen back in the day, and um, you could see the guy was a baller, like, and I think that's what you get with Romero. You can see this guy is a baller. He's a proper defender, who's very comfortable with the ball. And yeah, no, it was a great performance from all of them. It was a great
I think
performance
he's
from all
better
of
than
them.
Jan at that age. You know,
Yeah, probably because Jan probably peaked when we bought Toby Alderweireld. That's when Jan started to like
That's
show
it.
the levels we know
And
could
that's
be. Yeah,
that's 2015, 2016 season.
yeah,
We bought
yeah,
Jan what 2030, well 2012, 2013. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And he was very
yeah,
good at it. He was good at Ajax. You know, very
yeah,
comfortable on the ball. You know, but
yeah,
this is what I'm saying. Like we say all of these things, but then yet again, Ben Davis, who messed up against Southampton,
yeah.
had another steady game.
Yeah, he did.
The only
He
thing with
did.
Ben Davis that irritates me, yeah, he don't pass the ball quick enough. Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
time where Bentancur played the ball back to him, and all he needs to do is slip on him. He's gonna cross
yeah,
back into the traffic. That's what
yeah,
irritates me about Ben Davis. Ben Davis and Harry Winks, they do that a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, they're too safe. You
They overthink
understand?
things.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
overthink things, man. But you know, like can't complain. Højbjerg, you know what? Probably one of the best games I've seen him play for a long time.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. No,
Bentancur, mate, there's a lot to come from that kid there as well. You know,
there is like we can tell it's going to take a while for him to adapt fully to the Premier League because you can see yesterday there was a couple times he lost the ball,
sloppy,
but
really sloppy.
I think it's just him getting used to the pace of the Premier League because in Italy you have
This
time
is
with the
it,
ball, but here against a team like City, you're not going to get any time.
bro. All right, let's be honest. What did De
Mm.
Bruyne and Gundogan and Rodri really do against Bentancur and Højbjerg in there?
They
Like,
didn't
really,
do much. No, they didn't do much. And
they didn't
to be
do nothing.
honest, yeah, they didn't do anything. Like when I saw our centre midfield, I thought, okay, we'll at least we'll battle because
Hmm.
I know Winks has improved this season, but Winks in the middle too. It's like cutting through. It's like going through a knife through hot butter. Like
He could just
it's
come on.
literally yeah, because we just the space. You've noticed the two games that he started, the space in the midfield it was too much. So
I think with Bentancur and Højbjerg,
yeah,
Bentancur is much more better on the ball. You can just
he
tell by
is.
his feet. Like, think
Yeah,
about it, yeah? If
yeah,
Bentancur don't play that last ball to Kulusevski, yeah? Right?
yeah,
Kulusevski don't play that ball into the box for Harry Kane.
yeah,
If
yeah,
Winks was there, turn, pass,
yeah,
safe, it's a draw. I'm just going to be
yeah,
honest,
yeah,
yeah?
yeah. You're right.
Like,
Yeah,
and I know, like, some people say, oh, but when you don't like a player, it's not about when I don't like a player. It's
no,
because when I know a player's defaults and I know a player's attributes, I can just see, yeah, Bentancur played that ball because Kulusevski was on the run. He didn't play that ball
yeah,
in hope, yeah?
yeah,
There's
yeah,
two different things. There's some people that will just play that ball in hope, and if the defender's not switched on, then, you know, like, the other players in. He played that ball because he saw Kulusevski on the run. Kulusevski did what he had to do. Harry Kane back
yeah,
post, boom. Poor, but yet again, poor marking
yeah,
from Carl Walker.
yeah.
Let that have been Doherty or Emerson Royale in our team.
People be going at them. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You
yeah.
know, and one person before we go to the next subject, I've been on his neck and I'm still on his neck. But I say yesterday he was all right.
Hmm.
Son,
He was,
Heung-min
he
Son.
was, he played well yesterday. I would say though, our first goal, if that was Son last season, he would have shot. He wouldn't have passed that ball, and because he would have scored. That there is, like, I know a lot of people have been jumping at him this season. Like, he hasn't. Let's be honest, he hasn't in terms of performances. He hasn't looked as good as last season, but the stats say different because he's actually contributed a lot in terms of goals and assists this season.
Hmm.
It's just I think what we expect from him because he was just a killer in front of goal in last
That's
season.
it.
Like we're expecting the same, but he's not been that bad. I'm sure he'll come back to form. Yeah, look, he got two assists, didn't he? Yeah, so
I
was it
think,
two assists?
yeah, two,
Was it?
two assists.
Yeah, it
He
was two
got, he
assists. Yeah, he
got,
got two assists. Yeah,
fam, think about it. He
yeah,
got two assists.
yeah,
Kulusevski got an assist and a goal. Harry
yeah,
Kane scored two goals.
yeah.
Man, what
The
more can
front
you
three did
ask
the job.
for?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you
They did their
understand?
job.
And
They did
and
their job.
and you know what irritates me with Son?
Hmm.
It's his control. You know, his control of the
Yeah,
ball is what
yeah,
really grinds my gears. I think, big man, open your eyes, concentrate. Like, you know,
yeah,
you're a professional footballer, all right? sometimes it happens. The ball rolls underneath your studs. It is what it is. But too
Yeah.
many times your touch is baggy. I see it with Mane. I see it with
Yeah.
Salah. Like
Yeah.
I used to see it with Martial. You
Yeah.
know, um, Rashford. Like you see it with these players, but when you see it with these players, yeah, my next thing is you don't want that to happen again. And that's always been
Yeah.
my philosophy when I play football. Anything I've done bad, I don't want to do that again. You
Yeah.
understand? But
Yeah.
too many times this season, I've seen it with Son where you got a baggy touch and then it's just like, all right. Or the ball's up in the air. You don't even compete. Like, what man don't realize is, you see when you jump, you might not win the ball, but you put the defender off. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Yeah?
Yeah.
It's all about competing. You might close down a man, but it doesn't mean that you're tackling them. Yeah? Close
Yeah.
down the space. You know what I'm saying?
You've hit it right there, because that is one thing that we did do yesterday, in terms of, it's not everything you have to try and foul someone or take man out. As long as you close the space down, it makes them have to think before they do their next thing, and we
Yeah?
did that quite well. I think there was only a
Mm-hmm.
couple times when we were forced to actually take man out, like Hoiberg when he took out
De Bruyne.
someone. Yeah, that was perfect. I loved that every moment of that, because
It's
it
needed.
showed
It's
it
needed.
was needed. It was needed, and I think if it was Winks in that position, he would have just let him run. Like he would have just let him run. So no, it was a good performance. Before we move on to talk a little bit about the Burnley game,
Mm-hmm.
um, what did you think of Hugo? Because obviously it was his fault for the first goal. He should have saved it, if I'm being honest. And then he made a few good saves from the few chances they had. What did you think of his overall performance?
I'm not gonna say typical Hugo because
Mm,
if you kind of like stretch it out across the course of a season,
mm,
that doesn't even make up for half of the season for the mistakes he makes.
yeah,
It's just it's continuous. That's the
yeah,
problem. Do you understand? Because it
yeah,
happened because he made two mistakes on last week Sunday, then he's
yeah,
made a mistake this Saturday.
yeah,
It's highlighted more in it. Like,
yeah,
but before he made them two mistakes last week and the mistake yesterday,
yeah,
he's a solid keeper.
yeah,
Now, keepers do make mistakes. We always know that he's going to make a mistake.
yeah,
It's natural. It's natural,
yeah.
you know. And he's made some. Look, he made a big mistake in the World Cup final. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
like yeah, the ball went
yeah,
underneath his feet. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
at the same time, as I said, if you really like break it down into a law of averages and whatnot,
Hmm.
and you space it out across the whole season, then mistakes is only what, say, out of the whole season, 38 games, probably 4 games.
Yeah, yeah,
Like realistically, do you know
yeah.
that he ain't like made bad mistakes for a very very long time. You know,
No, he
but
hasn't. He hasn't.
he's still a leader. But I've always said it for a minute now. Yeah, even when he turned like 33, I said like we need to look for a goalkeeper that is in the mold of him, that is as athletic. Now I know that we've got Galini, but I don't think Galini is
Nah, he
gonna
needs to.
be number one. He's good to come in. He's better than Gazaniga and he's better than Vorm, if in my eyes. But
He's definitely better than Vorm. Yeah, I don't know about Gazaniga. I think him and Gazaniga are the same. Like,
you reckon?
I think the crazy stuff that Gazaniga would do,
Mm-hmm.
I can see Galini do that. And to be honest, I've seen Gazaniga make worldy saves.
Yeah,
Galini, everything goes flying past him. Everything. So
outside the
I
box.
don't. Everything. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a bit suspect on him. Like,
But
I'm very suspect on him.
he's actually a good goalkeeper though. That's the thing, and I think you know what it is as well though. It's
Mm,
mad for a goalkeeper because when you do play in the Italian league, yeah, your
yeah.
concentration is more on how you play out. I'm not saying that you're
Yeah.
not going to be a good shot stopper and stuff like that because you had the likes
Yeah.
of like Todo, Buffon, Sebastian Frey,
Yeah.
Perixi, and all of them type of goalkeepers like Dida and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you look at it now, like look at how good Chesney looked in
Yeah.
Serie A. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at how good Donnarumma looked for AC Milan in Serie A. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know, even Inter Milan's goalkeeper, what's his name? Handara. I never say his name. The old man, anyway. Yeah,
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
like
Yeah.
like them men are good with their foot, you know, blood.
Mm,
They're good with their feet, and they're good shot stoppers, but they're not facing shots like that because Italian football's kind of, you know. You
It's very
come
different.
England, man beating off the ball from anywhere. Man trying
Yeah,
to score from corners to steal the madness, you
yeah,
know. So, like I definitely believe that I'll keep Galini for as
mm,
long as who goes there. I keep Galini
yeah,
for another season. I definitely would, but I would definitely go and get another goalkeeper. There's a goalkeeper that plays for I'm gonna say Genk, Belgium. Youth.
mm,
He's a youth guy. Yeah, Martin van der Dort or something like that. Yeah, big guy.
mm.
Reminds me of Courtois.
Okay.
Yeah, very athletic and you know he covers the goal very well. you know, if our recruitment and scouting do their due diligence,
Mm,
somebody that I would take, make him train with us in the summer, loan him back to Genk. You
yeah,
understand why we still got Galini and whatever
yeah,
and so forth, man. But I think it's going to be hard for us to get a actual ready-made world-class keeper that
yeah,
is going to do what Hugo does. Because yes, Hugo might not be as a rational running out as much as he used to, but
yeah,
he's still a fantastic goalkeeper, bro.
yeah. He is. He is. He
You
is.
know what I
Like,
mean? So,
I think, I think another year as our number one is not a problem. It's not the biggest issue that we have. There's a lot of
no.
other issues we need to sort out first because, like, obviously we're going to talk a little bit. We've got Burnley next, who won 3-0
hmm
yesterday, which I didn't expect.
hmm
This is going to be a different type of game because this game we are going to be expected to have more of the ball, and
hmm
that's our problem.
hmm
How do you see this going? And yeah, how do you see this going? And in terms of personnel, would you stick with the same players that we have for that game, considering that it's going to be a completely different type of game?
I won't change the team.
Hmm.
I wouldn't change the team because now I think you get to see more of Kubileski's ability on the ball, as
Yeah.
in running at defenders. Yeah,
Hmm.
so he's definitely going to be committing people. Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, I think you're going to see a lot more of Benton cause like able to like get the ball, break it out, get the ball, pass it forward as quickly as possible. I wouldn't
Yeah.
change anything. Like maybe you can bring in regular, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why I say maybe because you just got that little bit more energy. But then at the same time, Session needs a consistent run of games. He got taken off on the weekend. You know,
Yeah, you know what with the Regulon thing, because deep down, I actually think Regulon's gonna be gone at the end of the season. So I know a lot of Spurs fans will be like, oh, I don't like Cesc, but I think Regulon's gone. If I'm being honest, I think he's going back to Madrid. I think they're gonna come back for him, and I think he'll be gone.
could do. But
Um,
if he does, to be fair, I'm not going to be upset because
no,
I
neither would
think
I.
I think Reguilon's a very good player.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you don't show that you was at a team like Madrid or even like Sevilla.
yeah,
Like you haven't shown me like you showed me in bits and pieces.
yeah,
That you can do certain things. But he's the next one. Like you get into the final third, bro, you do a madness.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
I'm quite surprised with him because he can cross the ball, but I don't know what's been going on with his deliveries.
and
It's
he
been a
misses
bit
too many
suspect.
chances, man. He misses bare chances, bro. You gonna think to yourself,
Yeah,
like, what is it? What's going through your head? Like, you know, like
yeah,
if if he was Hakimi, because I watched Hakimi play, even in the Afcon,
yeah,
Hakimi's finishing them, but they're not. Well, they are the same player on different sides of the pitch, but one is just probably more clinical than another. And Hakimi never
yeah,
really got his break at Real Madrid either. Like,
yeah,
went Madrid, went Dortmund, ended up at Inter. Now
yeah,
he's at Paris Saint Germain. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And with Reguilon, I don't know. Like, I, if he comes back, I keep him on the bench. Yeah, personally, but
mm,
I go with the same team because with that team, you could play, 3-5-2. Yeah, with
yeah,
that team, or you could play 3-4-3. Yeah,
yeah.
because I think with Kudelski,
You
you've
can
got more
adapt.
variety. Yeah, you've got
Yeah,
more like because Kudelski, you can really play Bentancur, Højbjerg, Kudelski in the hole,
yeah,
Son and Kane. You can really do that,
yeah,
or
yeah,
you could play Bentancur, Højbjerg, yeah, um, Son, Kane,
yeah,
Kudelski. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's a little bit more flexible, and like you said earlier on, I think he's better with the ball with Mora. His 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 passes have got more punch and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
Burnley's a team that they're very robust in it. Like you know what you're gonna
yeah,
get. Like if Kone is on form, he could be a maximum type of vibe. Waghorse,
yeah,
like their new striker to replace Chris Wood, he's gonna be a handful. Like he's a
yeah.
big guy, So
He's a good player. He's a
he's
good
a good
player.
player. That's what I'm saying.
We were looking at him. I remember a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but
As a backup.
because of his
Yeah,
age, you know, like people think, oh no, you can't buy a 28-year-old or 29. Sometimes you need them man. Them man
yeah,
actually peak at that age, or sometimes some man peak at 30 and that. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
not everybody's always gonna be top dollar from 16, 18 when they come into the squad, and then they're gonna consistently be that good all the way through. Like,
yeah,
you even see it now. You see Messi and Ronaldo, they're tailing off, but let's
yeah,
really be honest. From the age of like 17, 18, they was nuts.
yeah, yeah,
I saw Zeko the other day, like playing against Liverpool. Yeah, he might not have the pace, but he was still nuts.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I think in terms of Burnley, like we can't we can't play slow. We have to move
mm,
them around. We have to put balls in the box. Yes, I know they got Tchaikovsky, Ben Mee, and whatever, but we have to attack them. Especially like this is where our wing backs are going to be vital. Even if you put in a rubbish ball, put in a ball where the defender has to think: do I attack it? Do I let it go? And so
yeah,
forth like that. Like I think we've got enough to beat Burnley. It's just whether these guys go out with the same, interpus and like go and know how to play against teams that have a low block and
yeah.
whatever. Because I tell you what, if Burnley have a chance, they're gonna take it.
They are going to
Whether
take
it's
it.
like
Yeah,
a Jay Rodriguez, Weghorst, or whatever his name, even even Aaron Lennon. It depends. Like I don't know if Dwight
yeah.
McNeil's back yet because I know he's been injured. But
Mm.
yeah, like I'll stick with this. I'll stick with the same team. I wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. I'm not changing the team unless there's an actual problem.
Yeah, yeah. There's only one I would do, but I don't know if he'd be fit enough. Is Skip because I can tell with Conte. I think his plan is going to be Skip and Bentancur in the middle. I think that's what he's got in his head.
Possibly.
Because I know there's some people that don't like Skip, but I do, to be honest, for what he is. I think, and
He,
you have to remember his age as well.
he's
Forget
good.
that.
You know what?
Yeah.
He surprised me.
Hmm.
No, I'm not gonna lie. He surprised me.
Yeah.
Like
He didn't surprise me. Like from the moment I saw Skip, I thought Skip's better than Winks. He's definitely better than Winks. He's got more to his game. He's more aggressive. The only thing he needs to work on is more of his attacking side of the game. But in terms of everything else, they're not. You can't compare them. You
yeah,
can't compare them. Like, especially at his age.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I think
Mm.
what it is sometimes, and I do it as well. I look at Skip and then I look at every other team around the country, and I think, well, Tottenham's got Skip, but then Arsenal's got a Smith Rowe, Saka. Man City's
Yeah.
got a Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, James McAtee. Yeah. Man United have got, I don't know, McTominay, Rashford, Greenwood, Elanga. You look at Liverpool, they got like a Curtis Jones, Trent Alexander. I know Harvey
Yeah.
Elliott got bought. Like you got these type of players. You got Aston Villa that's got like a Jacob Ramsey and stuff like that. And I think to myself, Tottenham's players that come through are never as silky as these man. Yeah,
No. Yeah.
you
Never.
see, you see Ramsey at
Yeah.
Aston Villa. Oh mate,
He's a baller. He's a proper baller.
you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. He's a
why
proper baller.
why do we not have those ballers coming through? Why do we not have our own Jude Bellingham or you know, I think all the ones that Tottenham's had, like all the youth players that have had flair for Spurs, they're gone. Do
They're gone. Yeah.
you
They're
know what I'm
gone.
saying? So when I look at Skipper, I'm just like, he's a no frills man,
Yeah.
and he does his job. Do you understand what I'm saying? So can't really complain, but hopefully we can get the 3 points on Wednesday. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it really. To be fair.
Yeah. No. I agree. I think we can. I think we need an early goal will help because that will allow us to do what we probably want to do, which is to sit back a little bit
Mm,
and play on the counter, which is obviously to certain players that we got like Son is their strength. So I think we can beat them. We have to. For me, we have to beat them if we want to like think about even possibly getting in the top four. Because if we don't beat Burnley, it Man City was just a waste of time.
Mhm.
It was just a waste
Mhm.
of time.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so no, I think we can do that. I hope we can do that. But yeah, no. Anyway, that's it for today, man. This was a quick one.
Come
Nice
on,
quick
man.
one. Yeah. So boy, we're back again soon. Hopefully you like this content. Please share. Please subscribe. Until next time, peace.
We're out of here.